To turn 9 we go. This hopefully won't take too long here to cycle through some of these turns. This has taken a little bit, honestly, a little bit longer than I thought it would. Mostly, I've had pneumonia over the last 4 weeks, so it's been kind of a hit or miss when I could get this going. But anyway, looking forward to getting this game finished. Obviously, we have just our 3 investigators, so it's kind of one of those things where we just need to see if we can seal those 6 gates with just the 3 of them, which I think is very, very possible. But anyway, this turn, Hank is going to be moving back from the other world, so is Marie, so not anything that we need to do for either of them to get them to a good place for sealing those gates. I do feel like this may be a good time to use the voice of Ra for Marie. And just because she is, at this very juncture, she has 4 lore. With the relay gate, that means she only gets 1 die to try and seal it. So we're going to go ahead and do that now in the upkeep phase. So, the voice of Ra is a -1, so we're going to get 3 die for this one. And there's a 6 right in the middle there. That works. Alrighty. Happy to see that. And so that means that all the rest of our checks for this turn are going to be +1, which I'm a fan of at this juncture. Yorick is in the Silver Twilight Lodge down there, and so I'm not going to be worrying about anything for him in the upkeep phase. So let's get this going. Hank in the movement phase is going to move back to another dimension, which is out there in Dunwich. William's speed is 3. For some reason, I felt like he was very limited on movement recently, but considering that he has 3 clues plus the monster trophy, which can be used as a clue, if he gets 1 more clue, he's going to be able to go down and get blessed past that personal story and just see what happens. So, sure enough, that's what we're going to do. 1, 2, 3. Go down to the Historical Society. And then Miss Lambeau is going to, again, return back to Relay. That works. I like it. So, and then counterface, Hank goes to try and seal his gate. He currently has a 5 + 2 fight for sealing gates. I mean, I don't really know how or why you can seal gates with fight. Maybe it's just like brute strength. I don't know, but hey, the another dimension gate is +0, so he gets all 7 of these dice. He just needs 1 success. Odds aren't ever in my favor, and even with the one that fell off the table, we definitely were successful there. So that means that another dimension has been sealed. So Hank gets that trophy there, and seal that with an elder sign. And the square dimensional symbol, I don't think we have any squares. I'm pretty sure we don't. That is a negative, no squares. So, but he was successful in the seal. So that's 2 sealed gates now. And then William in the phase is going to get his, in the counter phase is going to get the Historical Society encounter. Alright, one sec. Alrighty. You meet Cody Fleming, a young geology professor at the university. She offers to show you interesting formations of the Black Cave. If you accept, move to the Black Cave and draw 2 cards, encountering one card of your choice and discarding the other. I don't want to go back to the Black Cave, but thanks for the offer, Miss Fleming. I'm going to have to decline. Alright, then we go up to Marie, who, again, is going to get 2 dice. She's got a lore of 4, plus 1 for the voice of Raw. And just make sure that I'm not misremembering. No, all skill checks, yep. Alright. Ooh, yeah, she did a very nice job in sealing Hibbs Roadhouse. And I will get rid of their clue tokens in just a second. Alright, so very quickly in turn 9 we have 3 sealed gates now. Let's go ahead and get rid of their clue tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our clue bank got very depleted there. And just like that, it's going to be the Mythos phase, as everyone's kind of done their encounters really quick. Let's see what Mythos has got for us now. Alright, we're going to have to do something about this, because this could very quickly ruin our game if we do not take care of Innsmouth. I promise I did not mess with the Mythos cards. I know that there were some requests for Innsmouth activity. Well, now we have it. So, Yanlethe gets a gate. I'll get the monster in a second. Evidence destroyed. A massive conspiracy sets back the investigation. Discard all clue tokens from the board. Okay. And now we see how Innsmouth does not mess around. Oh, I'm glad I picked up that 5th one I did for Yorick. We now have 0 clue tokens on the entire board. Well, let's go ahead and get ourselves a monster. It's just another night gaunt. Not a big deal. Now, the reason I say we need to take care of this is these monsters move in a very specific path. So, Yanlethe goes right down to this vortex. Devil Reef goes right down to here. So, what's going to happen is, if there's a monster surge at any point here, that's going to create quite an issue. Both these monsters, I mean, the Night got fly, so it's actually not going to be a huge problem. But before you know it, we could have monsters kind of showing up in Innsmouth, and all of a sudden that Deep Ones track is going to be a problem. And it's going to be even more of a problem considering we don't have clue tokens to try and fill that up and get rid of the Deep One Risings track. So right now it's not an issue, but it is something that we're going to need to keep an eye on. Plus, I think we just need to, get down to Innsmouth and have some encounters down there so you can see what happens in good old Innsmouth. Alright, so that's turn 9. We're going to move on to turn 10 here, just, getting this thing going. So Yorick, I finally think I can pass his... Yeah, I can go ahead and pass his personal story. So I'm not going to be doing anything else in upkeep this turn. Anything else? I don't think so. Okay, so Yorick, as the first player, is just going to go get blessed in the South Church. So nice simple movement down there. So we'll finally see what his personal story is. And then we have the issue of clues. More or less, my thought here is Yorick's going to have to keep killing monsters. He can do that as a 1-to-1 for clue tokens. Otherwise, I mean, what are we going to do? Oh, you know what? I totally forgot the last 2 turns to do this, too. Okay. Fine there. Okay, we're getting lucky. So, no extra Dune tokens for the stars are right. That's the one thing in Arkham. I mean, it is fiddly. I mean, everyone calls it fiddly, and it's as if it's a negative thing, because it is a negative thing. And it is easy to forget things every once in a while. I oftentimes will use a notebook to make sure that I don't forget the different active effects. I like having that right there so I can easily see what's going on with the environment, but I could do a better job of keeping Mythos cards and active effects from other things. But anywho, so yeah, the clue tokens are off the board. We have to seal 3 more gates. That's it. I mean, she's got spells at the wazoo, but none of them are going to help her get any. None of them are going to help her get any clues. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have her use that dull chance finally this turn. So if you pass, gain 1 ally, lose 2 sanity. I did not pass, so I spent 2 movement points for nothing. She does have a gate trophy, which could be used to get some clues if she goes down to the science building, but unfortunately that has a gate currently. So she has no money right now either. So yeah, with 2 movement points, she's gonna go to the Velma's Diner. Just hang out there, have a nice meal, and see if something good happens. Hank is, I mean, he's close to having, the more or less. I mean, I'm sure you all have seen it played, but gate trophies and 5 toughness worth of monster trophies are more or less interchangeable. So I more or less have 2 turn-ins there, but close. I need 1 more toughness. So I could go take care of that cultist. The problem is that I need to take care of the deep 1 as well, or in the dark young, which is going to be a much harder fight. So do I do that this turn? Need 3 successes, -1. And he's got physical resistance, so that's not going to be an issue. Let's see here. So that would give me 7 fight, 10 fight. -1, so that's 9 fight to get 3 successes, which is not terrible. Not terrible at all. I do have that 1 clue token. I prefer not to use that. So that newspaper assignment becomes a little bit more attractive, right? So I think what I'm going to... man, but that's a lot of turns to go take care of all that. I think that's what I'm going to do, though. That's a good way to get 4 clue tokens, which is what I need right now. I need to get clue tokens however I can. So, he's going to go 1, 2, 3. Spends $1 to get on the train. 4, 5, 6. 6. I'm going to go to the newspaper, try and get a retainer. And then on our next turn, we'll start doing those 3 tasks. Now note, I'm at the newspaper, but you have to do them in order. You can't just do them whenever. So you have to go Arkham Asylum first, then the Witch House, then the newspaper. So even though he's going to have an encounter at the newspaper, it does not count at this juncture. So Yorick is going to spend the gate trophy here to get blessed. Let's hope that stays for a while, but in the meantime, let's see what happens. Heaven and earth. Alright. It seems as though the world is a much stranger place than I ever imagined. William's focus is increased by 1. That is by far the lamest personal story I have ever seen. Whoop-de-doo, my goodness. Alright, well, we get to move our sliders around a lot now, guys. Aren't you excited? Alright. That is what it is. Lambeau is, again, she's hanging out at the diner. So let's get ourselves a diner encounter. If Velma's gratitude is face down, a muscular man begins to tear up the joint. If your current fight is at least 4, you may draw 1 injury to throw him out. If you do so, turn Velma's gratitude face up. Thanks so much, hun. You and your friends can eat here for free whenever you'd like. Well, her fight is currently 3. It is not 4. So we will not be seeing what Velma's gratitude does. I've never ran into that before. Would have been interesting, but unfortunately, you guys are going to have to watch a different video or look it up online, or play, even a better idea, to find out what that does. And then Hank is over in the newspaper. Alright. You watch some workers cleaning the presses with rags while the machines are still running, and you wonder if that's safe. A moment later, your thought proves prophetic as one of them screams, his arm caught in the press. Several workers rush to his aid while others clear the room. You are moved to the street. That's just another random encounter that you're going to find in Arkham. So, we go to the north side streets, which probably isn't going to be a problem unless we get some, flying monster movement here. So, it's Mythos time? Yep, Mythos time. Alright, so here we go. Wizard's Hill currently has an Elder Sign. So what that means is the Deep Ones are not pleased about that. And there's their first Deep One Rising track put on there. So that's it's a good thing that's sealed. Don't need to worry about a gate opening, but that still can be a problem. I know for pretty much a fact that those symbols do not matter from a monster movement standpoint, I don't think, unless the ghoul. Nah, the ghoul is a hexagon. So the first player must choose one horrifying sight. The first player must choose one investigator, even himself. That investigator loses 3 sanity. A clue does appear at Gardner's place. Or it doesn't. That has a gate. Well, I don't want anyone to go insane because of this little problem, so I guess it's gonna have to be Lambeau. Okay. And then moving on, I'm starting to lose track of the turn numbers, but I believe this is turn 11. All right, let's see how many gates we have. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're still at 7. So, I can no longer do the Dole Chance now because of Lambeau's horrifying sight that she had to deal with. See, this is hard. With all those clue tokens gone, we've got to figure out a way to get some clue tokens. I don't know the best way to approach that at this juncture. Obviously, there's one that appeared over... No, it didn't appear because we had a gate. Well, I kind of feel like Marie should just go get her sanity back. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do our stars are right. We're still okay. We're still okay. So, one... But she doesn't have any money. She has to spend $2 to restore it entirely. Ugh, I feel like I'm wasting time. Well, science building having a gate stinks. I think Hank's gonna have to give her a little bit of money, although I need him to... Well, he's gonna be staying around passing his task, so that's fine. And he has to go to the asylum anyway, so that works. So she moves there. Hank moves there as well. Hank gives her $2 so she can get all healed up and stuff. Now I could hand off the task to Marie. But Hank's speedier. He can get to wherever he needs to quicker, so we're going to just leave it there. I don't think we're going to do any passing off other than the money. And unlike Eldritch Horror, where you can pass off clues, you cannot pass off clues in Arkham Horror. And New York's the only other guy that can... Oh, and by the way, I never have him have people roll for their blessings or curses on the first turn after they received it. I just like them to have it for at least one turn. That's just a little bit of a house rule. So Yorick does have enough to actually seal a gate, so there's no reason to mess around here really. So we're just gonna have him go straight into the woods. All right. So Marie, her encounter is just to get all healed up. She's back to 6. Hank is not going to get healed up, and he's going to do his first task as that newspaper assignment and just have a regular encounter at the Arkham Asylum, which I always liked having, you know, the various, you know, stable location encounters. They can be fun. Arkham Asylum. Sneaking into the file room, you begin looking through the patient interviews for information that could be of use to you. If you pass a lore -1/2 check, then roll a die and gain that many clue tokens. If you fail, nothing happens. Hank. There's absolutely no way for Hank to do that. Marie, on the other hand, would have been awesome, but Hank just doesn't have the chops to Oh man, but that would have been awesome. Why couldn't it have been luck? Ugh. Roll a die and gain that many clue tokens. That is a great encounter, but alas, was not meant to be. And Yorick gets pulled through to somewhere. The Abyss. There we go. And let's go ahead and get an Abyss encounter. Abyss is green or blue or red. So that one doesn't work. That one doesn't work. Lots of yellow. Yoggoth specific. Nope. Alright, we're just going to go through the whole deck here, apparently, y'all. There are some variants to where you just always go with other after you draw one or two. I don't know. I don't find a big deal with cycling through these cards if I need to. Although this is pretty ridiculous. I need red or blue. There's one, and it's actually an Abyss. So, you are lost in the darkness. Pass a luck -2 check, or lose 1 sanity and stay here next turn. Luck -2. We have 3 luck, plus the lantern, so we are going to roll 2 die for this puppy. Not good. So we will be staying here next turn, and we lose 1 sanity. So William's just about lost it. But thankfully, you know, he has 1 extra focus, so everything's going to be okay. Wow, that is... I mean, when you're writing 40 different personal stories, I understand that they're not going to be, you know, all great. But, man, that one kind of stunk. Okay. We head back to the Mythos and get in a Thoa. Well, let's roll our die again, just because we keep forgetting. I just am not going to have to worry about that, apparently. Whew. Okay. Dark Conjunction. While this card is in play, all monsters gain overwhelming 1. Any monster that already has overwhelming has overwhelming increased by 1. Yeah, that's not good either, but anyway. We get our 8th gate opened. Get ourselves a monster. It is a ghost. Clue appears at Double Reef. It ain't happening. We have bad news in that the cultist moves up into the vortex, meaning the Dunwich Horror is closer to appearing. I don't remember where I put those tokens, so I will hold on. I think they're in my various pile here. You can tell I'm not the most organized Arkham Horror player. I am looking forward to getting more organized, but Dunwich Horror track up by 1. So the moon and the plus. This guy moves here, which means that we have yet another Deep One Rising track. Things are getting a little hairy here, y'all. A little bit hairy. And then these guys are not moving. Alright. But, and the ghost is yellow. He's just staying put. He doesn't move. Luckily. I mean, we didn't need more Deep One Rising tracks to pop up. Okay. And then need another Doom token on getting a Thoa. With all of the luck we've had in decreasing Doom, it's not that bad, but so this takes care of the other Innsmouth environment. And I think we're going to call that a night. We've got 3 turns in here. I'm going to go ahead and upload that soon, and we're going to see if Gatnatho overtakes us. We're in a little bit of an issue here because we do need 2 more gates sealed once William gets back. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to accomplish that quickly. And if we start having monster surges out here, the ancient one could be waking up before we know it. So things are getting hairy, as they always do in Arkham Horror. Thanks for watching. See you next time.